Okay, so Year 7, I'm going to start off by showing you how to set the document up in the first place if you've managed to open Illustrator. If you haven't, you can just do a very similar task by using paper and pencil. So in Illustrator Year 7, we go to the File menu at the top, click New, and when the new document opens, we need to set the size to A4 and the orientation to portrait. If your advanced tab is open, then if it's not open, open it, and you can change the colour mode from CMYK to RGB. So recap: size A4, orientation portrait, colour mode RGB, then click OK. All that does is give us a piece of paper. If you've got a piece of paper, that's the stage that we're all at. Now first of all, we're going to put a target size for our mini light, and we're going to use the rectangle tool to do that. So we're going to click once on the rectangle tool to activate it, and then we're going to come over to our page and we're going to click once more. That brings up an option to put the width and height in. Set the width to 50 and the height to 75. It will all automatically add the millimetres for you. And that draws a rectangle 50 wide by 75 tall, and I'm repositioning it by using the black arrow to position it in the top left hand corner of the page. Next, it was the shapes, and we looked at a variety of different shape drawing tools that we have at our disposal. First of all, we can change the rectangle tool to rounded rectangle, and I'm not going to go over this shape, that's just to give me a guide about size, and I can drag rounded rectangles out. I could change the tool and have an ellipse and another ellipse. Now that isn't a satisfactory drawing because there are lots of lines that cross over each other, so we need to build that up into a single outline drawing, and if you remember, that was a really satisfying technique to use. So with the black selection tool, the black arrow selection tool, I'm going to select that design, and then on the left hand toolbar halfway down, it's called Shape Builder tool. It looks like a snowman that's fallen over. Click on that, and then it's a process of dragging between the shapes to make them form into one. Now that shape is fine because it's a single outline that the laser cutter can follow the path and not cross over itself. So that lesson was all about coming up with some ideas. Now I need, whether you're on Illustrator or whether you are working on paper, for you to come up with a final design that we can laser cut for you in school whilst you're isolating. So instead of making ellipses, I held the shift key down and that drew circles. If you're working on paper and you want to draw circles, try drawing around a coin from your pocket, or something else that's circular that will enable you to get decent circles quickly. I'm going to copy that circle I've just drawn, highlight it, Control C, Control V makes an exact copy, and I'm going to place that so it lines up. And again, I would need to select the whole drawing, shape builder tool, form it into one. Now that's of course just one idea of a kind of bear head, bear shape. There are multiple things you can do. You can try different shapes, and I saw plenty of different approaches in the lesson. All I want from you is one design that we can cut out. You can add your own extra bits if you want to, using a pen tool. Here I'm going for a kind of rocket shape, and I must still finish it with the shape builder. Okay, I could have spent longer doing that, but at this point I'll just let you have a go, and that's really the first objective, is to get one final design on the page. And I'll stop for a minute